Snake Wood Nip Hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
All that and then some until the end come. Hit these YouTube streets, find a Coney and Ben one. Pull up on Nate Dogg's son. They said it's the same dude. I became aware of this dude through Almighty Suspect. Hate to admit it. Damn, what's his name? Can't think of his name. Never really knew his name, but I've heard it and I recognize it when I hear it. But did a podcast recently and seemingly telling the story of Snoop Dogg sliding through after his father passed. It's like, guess the story's being passed down in a family, but he posted that slid through when his father passed, had a meeting with either his mama, auntie, somebody, and got a hold of some masters that's supposed to belong to his daddy, Nate Dogg. And apparently he don't think it was done correctly, right. He don't think it's fair, and he's speaking on this. So with no further ado, we finna check it out. You remember back in the day when you used to feel like the industry was like a big family and everybody looked out for each other and all that? I remember when I had that misconception long ago. But it's crazy to see the reality of how things actually play out. And I'm not necessarily saying that's fair or not fair. It's just the reality of the things versus what we may or may not have thought they were once upon a time. But yeah, like I say, with no further ado, let's see what Nate Dogg's son claims Snoop Dogg has been up to.
There's a report that you have 500 Nate Dogg's songs.
Yeah. There was a report that Snoop had that. Yeah. There was something.
Y'all, this is another heavy one. Nate Dogg's son is speaking out, and he's making some serious allegations involving Snoop Dogg and his father's
Snoop,
music.
You know, got the okay from my grandma to go to her house and give my pops masters.
Before we even get into the allegations, we gotta take a step back and talk about Nate Dogg and why his legacy matters so much. Nate Dogg wasn't just another artist. He was like the voice.
Is it cause they like my gangsta wall? Y'all can't deny it. I'm a rider. You don't wanna with me. Yeah. Damn, what's next? They got my homie hemmed up and they all around. Can't none of them see him if they going straight down.
If your favorite West Coast record had a hook in the late 90s or early 2000s, chances are Nate Dogg was on it. From Death Row Records to collaborations with everybody, Dr. Dre, Warren G, Snoop, Nate built an iconic catalog that still gets played today. Let's not forget 21 Questions with 50 Cent. Tragically, Nate Dogg passed away in 2011 at just 41 years old after suffering multiple strokes. And that's where things started getting complicated.
Nate had 4 kids. But then we keep reading, we keep seeing there's 9 of them. So I don't know what's what. It's about 9 of us. Okay, so it's 9 of you guys, and all of you guys are somewhat attached to that trust, right? Is that why they tried to put a person in charge of that, right? And let me, also.
That's a lot of kids. I don't know what the trust would actually be worth. I don't know if they over-quantifying what they may think that their father has accomplished or accumulated. But I remember shortly, not too long ago, when Quincy Jones passed, he had a whole bunch of kids. And the way he had it set up, they took a big old group picture. The way the bread was broke down, I can't remember the numbers, but wasn't nobody seemingly complaining. Everybody was satisfied. Oh, my mama.
Take it a little deeper, right? Like, we don't all agree, and I've tried to get everybody to agree. And when everybody don't agree, then everybody got attorneys. With the result, everybody waits them. You feel me? Then we go into mediation, and it's, So, but right now, it's like, we got the LLC, right? Or we got that in place. But still, now we all have to pitch a manager to control the LLC, or who we feel like is best, the person for the job. And we're letting someone from the court pretty much decide who they feel would be the best person out of everyone that we pitch.
According to court records and past reporting, Nate Dogg left behind multiple children, a wife, and several mothers of his kids. That's like, I think 4 baby mamas. We're talking about nearly a decade of legal disputes over child support, estate control, and royalties. So now imagine this. You got 9 kids, 4 baby mamas, a surviving spouse, lawyers involved, and a music catalog still generating money. That turns into survival mode. Like, literally, everyone is.
Why did that picture look like Glorilla's sister? Was that Glorilla's sister? I ain't gonna lie, maybe I'll cover it, but I was so refreshed to see Glorilla's parents call in on her behalf and clarify some of that bush that was said about her. And she did that with class. I don't know much about her. And after all the surgeries, I seen her doing that video. First time she just came across as soft and cute. And I'm anti-surgery, but maybe she's trying hard. I don't know what it is, but that do look like Glorilla people, don't it? Oh, my mama.
In survival mode, trying to get a piece of the pie. So anyway, back to Nate Dogg and his son's allegations. Now you have Nate Dogg's 9 children fighting over the estate money. You have the wife. You have the 4 baby moms. You have everyone bleeding dry with the estate with using lawyers because they all cannot come to an agreement.
Why can't you be there? I look close. So I pitched my sister, right? Because my sister, she got a degree in music, and she got a degree, in like that, I like that. And because I don't want, everybody, or in what, she got the information, and she got, obviously got green enough years that, I'm with that. But like I said, it's 2 different sides. So a couple, people, they didn't agree with that. And once, everyone has to agree. It's much split up into 9ths. Like, I own 1 9th, then another kid own 1. We own however much breaks down into our share, aside from what the mother or the wife got type. So Latoya, hey, is Latoya still?
I bet you Latoya didn't touch some bread and spend some bread. Don't let that go over your head. Once the husband dead, even though the children might not be fed, to the pastures of paper, that wife shall be led. Oh, Baba.
Bringing him. No, Latoya, she's an attorney. Her attorney show up, and this is what they standing on. Which is a part of the other side. And some people have sided with her. So now the estate is pulling in money, but so do they just divide it up? I mean, and then distribute it. Of course, the people that's controlling it, they cut, and they answer. The answering cause no sir to they the Hillary lefty an hour. Listen, you hear me? They killing. Hey man, I know. I'm looking at how I'm probably the only one, and it's 9 of us. I'm the only one that sits back. I got this shit in my living room right now on my table. I can just pick this up. I'm seeing everything we being charged for, and it's crazy.
All right, and so when the lawyers get involved and the estate starts bleeding, fees, filings, and delays, monies that could have gone to the family.
There he is. Something going on as a fuel right now, and I'll be the one to say it because it's my family, and it's like, and I'm who I am, and some shit went down, at a show with them recently, and it's like, I feel comfortable sharing and speaking on it, but supposedly Snoop, got the okay from my grandma to go to her house and get my pop's masters. She, pretty much showed him where the masters were, however this occurred, and he left with the masters. My uncle, when my daddy got sick, my uncle placed the masters at my grandma's house.
Now, do you think Snoop compensated moms? Do you think she let him come in there and grab whatever without getting no paper? Is that business between Snoop and moms? You think moms is holding back on the kids, not letting them know? I couldn't imagine. I mean, it's possible, but I couldn't imagine her allowing Snoop to come there or him even feeling comfortable coming there without hitting her with something. Now, whether it was enough or fair, who knows? But I bet you some type of paper was exchanged.
He wasn't aware that Snoop went to my grandma's house and got the masters. And I'm only repeating what my uncle is like riding on. Like, and when I say riding on, like, me and him just got into a big feud at Warren G's show recently. like in front of a lot of people, and it was like embarrassing almost. And I want to get this off because we ain't talked since, and this is something that I'm speaking on as to, you know, like shit that's affecting me on some, like, man, this shit kind of whack, you know, like, cause I don't know what's what, but I'm just sharing what's out there and what's what I'm being told. And what Snoop has always told me is, you know, he don't got it and he don't know you, and you would never do something like that. But my thing is, it's like, at least we want to know, like, you do got it and it's safe. Maybe they'll say, you know, where the masters are. Nah. But I know that he said that he placed them there, and I don't believe he's lying. You don't even know if Snoop got it or not. Nah.
Now, here's the part that has the internet buzzing. Nate Dogg's son alleges that Snoop Dogg took control of Nate Dogg's masters without the family's approval, or took advantage of his granny. But listen closely, he doesn't say he personally witnessed it. He says the information came from his uncle. And this is important. He also admits that Snoop Dogg has personally told him multiple times that he did not take his masters. You can also tell that he's conflicted. He's clearly hurt. But he also doesn't want to burn bridges with someone who not only owns Death Row Records, but could potentially help and has offered to help his career.
I want you to help me do this song I got with your dad. It's called Outside the Box. I want you to rock his parts. And let's do a little dedication and tribute.
I'm with that. It sounds like a plan.
Yeah, for the deal, Double G. And oh yeah, I got Death Row now, so I'll be running your music through Death Row.
Oh, let's do that. I appreciate that, huh?
Let's get it.
And Snoop and Nate Dogg are cousins. That right there tells you this isn't about clout chasing. This feels like a family trying to figure out the truth. And as of right now, there is no public paperwork confirming that Snoop Dogg owns Nate Dogg's masters. No court ruling, no contract release, no official response from Snoop. So this remains an allegation and not a proven fact. And in situations like this, it's important to separate emotion from evidence. What this really highlights is a bigger issue in hip-hop. Artists passing away without airtight estate plans.
I think the youngster...
When legends don't leave clear instructions behind.
I think the youngster name is Endo. I could be wrong. And they remind us at the end that this is a family feud. That put a whole nother perspective on it, man. We just seen Snoop at the cemetery getting at him so confidently, like he got at him. I wonder how that worked out. Do anybody know if they ever got that record out? You could see how much the youngster believed in him when he said it, how much he appreciated hearing it, and you could also see how much of a performance it was for Snoop. Not saying that he wasn't sincere, but you could just tell he's used to being in front of the camera and trying to make moments appear genuine for whatever purpose. Now, I would love to know that they got that record done. If it's going to be a tribute to his daddy, he called everybody nephew, but that's really his nephew. But that's just how the industry be, man. It's crazy. So much drama in the LBC. Oh, my mama.
Let me get you on camera. Where you from?
California.
No, for real. You know, I'm serious though.
Watts, baby.
I know where you from though. Where you from?
Eastside PJ Watts.
I'm from Grace 2 Rock, nigga.
Right.
They call you, homie?
Big Slice.
Big Slice?
Yes, yes.
Alright, nigga. They call me Puto, cuz.
Right.
Wasn't that puzzle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.